we? Peace, welcome back. Secret House Against. Where's my glasses?
Can't see without my glasses.
All right, peace, welcome back. Secret House Against. I now have my glasses intact. Oh, yeah. All right, yeah, so we're just kicking it for now. We're just giving you guys a little update. We're quiet for about 2 weeks.
Yeah, golden week, all that shit. Like,
we're
on vacation. We're chilling.
Yeah. And, yeah, it was Golden Week. So Golden Week is like a week out here where every year there's a bunch of national holidays. So they determine how many days we're going to get off during the week.
Yep.
What did you get this time? I think I got 11 days.
I had a pretty substantial holiday period this time. It was cool.
Okay, word.
I didn't do shit.
I did like two things. I did go to that Devin show. I went to the Devin Morrison show, and that was wonderful and such. You know, I at first I was like, yeah, let's try to see if I can get the discount tickets or whatever. Yeah. And then I started feeling like that's not like I don't like doing that. I never like asking for door.
I feel you. I did the exact same thing last night. Went to see Mondo Grosso.
What is that?
Mondo Grosso is the production alias of Shinichi Osawa, who's like one of the many aliases of Shinichi Osawa, who's like a legendary electronic music producer out here. Produced a shit ton of things for a shit ton of people. Been active since like the early 90s, maybe even the late 80s. I was in one of his music videos a few years ago, and
flex.
We've been cool since, but like I always feel kind of good, like, Osawa-san, 失礼しました。like, ゲストありますか? You know, just like, you know, you always feel like a certain type of way about asking for guest lists. On the other hand, this man is very, very wealthy, and it's no sweat off his back whatsoever. I don't really care about, like,
you know, also like guest lists. A lot of the times here in Japan, like you get guest lists, and all it means is that you
get like a mild discount.
You get like $10 off, but then you also don't get a drink ticket, so it kind of cancels each other out. And I just didn't feel like asking because I, like, you know, like Devin is a homie and shit like that, and I at the same time, like, he's coming out here to make money.
Yes.
And then there's all these other people on the bill too, and I was just like, I'm not gonna, you know, the homie Mike Seuss was DJing, Submerse, everybody was there that like I fucking know, and I was planning on paying, but when I got to the door, Submerse was like, what are you doing? I was like, no, guest list. And I was like, all right, yeah, cool. And then when I got inside, Mike Seuss was like, did you pay? You should have told me you're coming. I would have got you in for free. And I was like, I should have told Jet. Yeah, but but it was dope. Mind Design showed up. It was a surprise. Dope. He was there. Like, I saw him before we went in, and he was also with a guy named, you know, Silent J.
Yeah.
Okay, Silent J was there. He also does background singing for Hayes Coyote.
That's right.
Yeah. Right, and he's also like a soprano sax player. Really dope, and it was a good show. It was good to catch up with the homies and shit. But it also messed up like my sleeping schedule. You know,
that was like an all night thing, right?
11 o'clock. I didn't get home until like 7 in the morning after we all went to eat and everything like that in the morning. But maybe I'll put some pictures up right now of people there, like Lidley. Everybody was there. Woka was there. Fitz Ambrose. Like it was kind of like like Super Kozo was there. It was kind of like a old reunion of all the circus cats.
What? Yeah.
And of course, like Devin has grown substantially in terms of as an artist, like in his fan base. So pretty good turnout too. A lot of people like falling over themselves to be in love with Devin, which was great to see. You know, he's got a strong fan base.
That's fun. Yeah.
On top of it, like his new music's fucking fire too.
I only met him one time, like last summer, and I kind of embarrassed myself.
Like in Shimokita or something.
Shimokita
like that, right?
Zawa, yeah. He was kicking it with Nao Yoshioka and Naoki Yamanouchi of Sweet Soul Records, and I pulled up just to say what's up. But I'd been outside all day. It was like August, so like it was absolutely drenched in sweat. Now comes in to like give me a hug, probably smells me from about a foot away, and just kind of gives me like the most like light tap hug I've ever received in my life. I'm like, yeah, my bad now, sorry. But it's cool. It's cool.
Now last week was kind of like a wash for us, so we apologize for being late on that. But like I reached out through the Rap Music Plug podcast Discord. Dash Lewis is in there, and Dash Lewis is him and like Alphonse Pierre. Is it Pierre or Pierce?
I think Alphonse
Pierre. Alfonso. So like they're kind of the only two writers that I actually pay attention to on Pitchfork. And you know, he released his Pitchfork review of the Cavalier album. And I was like, yo, maybe I should try to get Dash on. He was like, yeah, I'm down or whatever, but you know, he's like East Coast time. You know what I mean? So it was like, for us, that's like 14-hour difference. And so it was just a little bit difficult to find a balance with that, even though we were on vacation. And so, yeah, maybe I'll reach out to him for another album. I think I'd like to try to do the Cavalier our next recording. Today we're going to be doing Wavy Bagels and Drive By, A Car Full, and the Zilla Rocka Chong Wizard collaborative project, Midnight Suns, Money Has No Owners. Yeah, and so we're just keeping it light today to just get back on our feet and get back in the swing of things. But yeah, pay attention to that. That's coming up. Maybe the Cav next week. Maybe the new Soul album. I'm not sure about that yet, but I'd like to talk about Soul because he is, I believe he comes from an anarchist tendency. A lot of his music is filled with, leftist talking points and such. And also, I've been a huge Anticon fan for most of my life at this point. Shit, it's been like over 20 years. And so you can see like the Y poster back here. This is Dose One original art. And also, I used to be a moderator on the Soul forums. Yeah, I was on the Anticon lunchroom, the Rest of Forum Bodies forum, and Soul's People Republic of Soul shit.
That would have been like the height of the Soul LP beef, right? Like
no, that was a little earlier. That like I want to say that I got into Anticon around like 99.
Okay.
Which was what was happening. And I actually found out about Soul through that beef, and I was like, this guy fucking sucks. And then and then I heard Deep Puddle Dynamics, and I was like, they're doing something phenomenal and extraordinary. And it kind of sucks that his career has been marred by that decision, that misstep, because one of the greatest diss tracks of all time did come from that shit. But that's 30 years ago. Well, not 30, but like 25 years ago at this point. And it's like, both of them, both LP and Soul, are different people since back then, and both of them have had great careers. And I support Soul, even though I haven't been the biggest fan of his more contemporary work.
And that's the only rap beef we're going to talk about on Secret House today.
Oh man. Yeah, I am absolutely exhausted by just the sheer magnitude of the Kendrick and
I said that's the only rap beef we're going to talk about today. We're not going to talk about that.
Fucking yeah, we're but
we're tired.
Yeah, I absolutely. You guys don't tune into us for that anyways, and plus it seems as though every other content creator, whether they're into hip hop culture or not, has been discussing that shit as though it is like some type of political, like, you know what I mean, like some geopolitical war. And yeah, I divest from the culture industry, guys. When Joe Biden is using your diss track to diss a political opponent, we've lost sight of the forest from the trees. But
I have been singing BBL Drizzy all day. I'm not gonna lie, that song's very catchy, but like I'm not happy about it.
The beat is very catchy. Yes. The beat, I was haunting me. That's when I started to feel as though like this is a form of labor that I am not being compensated adequately for this shit.
I didn't opt into this AI created sample just haunting my dreams. But here we are.
I just couldn't get away. Like, the Rap Music Plug podcasts are far more clocked into aspects of hip hop culture that I could care less about. And that's neither here or there. Like, if you like it, you like it. I don't have any problems with it. But engaging in conversation with them, it was very exciting. It was very fun couple of weeks to discuss those things. But at a certain point, I was just like, bro, I feel like we've been watching the Super Bowl for 99 hours. And it's like, I just
all the players are just shambling around the field, fucking passing out from exhaustion and dehydration.
Imagine? Yeah, it's like the Indy 5 million instead of, you know what I mean, instead of 500. I just was just like, my biggest thing is that one of those artists I have been vehemently and adamantly against for the duration of their career. So it was kind of, I felt a little bit cathartic, and I felt a little bit vindicated that some things were coming to light and people were finally starting to be like, oh, he is a colonizer, culture vulture. And I was like, you should have been paying attention. But
told you.
Yeah. But again, we're not getting into any
Shouts out RXK Nephew though. That RXK Nephew freestyle, I didn't listen. Incredible. To it. What the fuck is a BBL? I feel sorry for any man with a BBL. Yeah. Good times.
At that point I was just like, I think I'm done.
You shouldn't diss a man who's weaker than you.
Shout out to RXK Nephew, the poet laureate of our
times. I don't even like this beat.
Yeah. But Rapman Gavin had a dope diss, and I was like, people were getting on. It was fun for the time being, but I'm very exhausted. And also, we should be talking about other things like Mother's Day. You know what I mean? Shout out to Mother's Day.
For you, I mean, I'm British. We have a different day. So.
Oh, that's right. You guys do. You see, when is Mother's Day for the Brits?
Don't worry about it.
You don't know it. What was it last time you didn't know? You were like, oh, Black History Month or some shit. It's like, yeah, I don't know which one. But no, shout out to your mom. She's always supporting us, and I'm very excited. They're coming out here in August.
August, yeah.
Hell yeah. You gotta, like, this time we can meet. Yeah, and she said highballs on her. So
they'll be here a little longer as well.
Okay, very cool, man. I'm very excited to meet your parents. I called my mom this morning, Mother's Day. So shout out to that. And also shout out to my wife and all these people too. I guess, I don't know. Is there anything else that we really should get into?
Want to do a song share? You wanna?
Yeah, we could do a song share. I'd like to point out something too. Just before we get into it. Obviously, we're paying attention to the war crimes and the genocide going on in Gaza, but our channel is specifically to highlight independent underground hip-hop culture, music, and also to kind of insert leftist critique within that larger discussion of critical theory and of hip-hop, which I feel both are of the utmost utmost importance. But we like trust that our solidarity is there with these things that are happening, even though we don't clock in to gain the algorithm or to give you our critiques on these things. I'm pretty sure if you wanted my critique, you could probably pick up a book and find something very similar. And I this goes along with the Kendrick Lamar and Drake beef. It's like not everything like this need to kind of gush and share all of your personal opinions on things, not really necessary. I'm like 2 minutes away from divesting as much as I can into the culture industry. I was kind of disgusted with some of the things going on. I look around, I see like all of these stars that we champion for, their art and things at the Met Gallery, at the Met Gala.
Yeah.
And it's just like, how would I, like, if I was to go and put on one of these extravagant outfits while knowing the things that I know about this world, it's fucking disgusting. Like, I don't need to clock into any of those people. Yeah. I if it wasn't for like MMA and my love of comic books and so I watched Marvel and having a daughter and stuff, maybe I'm done. Maybe I just go into the forest and learn to like whittle little animals. You know what I mean? No, I'm not into like that fucking like,
recording Secret House from a cabin in the woods, like busting into the door like, Mega, where have you been? What is this?
And I got like a hella long Grizzly Adams beard. Yeah. No, I mean, I'm not saying that people shouldn't enjoy things and things shouldn't be enjoyed, but personally for me, man, it's like it's so exhausting and it does feel like a form of labor to have to endure these things and be a part of those type of conversations, and largely so much of them are just abstractions and less about what's happening as it is like pretending or like signaling that you're a part of these things. It's like I'm not missing the conversation. Like every single like thing on my YouTube had like I'm watching you play a video game, bro. I don't need you to tell me about the Drake beef. Yeah. And I'm just so tired. I'm just so tired of it. We're not here for that. We don't do that. Secret House does not chase the algorithm, perhaps to our detriment in terms of us making money. Like I was saying earlier today, I'm either really principled or I just am stupid at making money. You know what I mean? I like to think it's the former, but you know. I
mean, I was talking to Napoleon Blown Apart, who's a really great MMA YouTuber. And he was talking about like, he got like the sponsorship offer from Raid Shadow Legends, who are on like every gaming channel ever. And they offered him $5,000 for a 60-second ad read, and he didn't take it. And I'm like, you're either incredibly principled or you're stupid at making money. But no, he's obviously like, he's comfortable with like the living he's making right now, not just from YouTube, but he's got a day job, he works, and he's just like, like
I'd love $5,000, but
you and me both.
I wouldn't do it either.
But
I wouldn't do it either.
I might make you do it. I could really use that $5,000, man.
Secret House is shutting down. Well, welcome to Secret Apartment. No, I don't.
Sponsored by Raid Shadow Legends.
I don't think I could, like, I would feel, like, I don't know. $5,000 is a significant amount of money. That's like a couple months of rent. That's my daughter's tuition. And every day, like, we're not poor, but we're also not broke, but we are like, you know, in the same type of conditions that a lot of you are. And I just don't think I could do it, man.
Yeah. I mean, I
don't
don't
like that game. It's like,
I mean, at least it's just a bad game. I know like, a lot of the YouTube advertisers right now that I won't get into are just scams. You know, buy a plot of land somewhere in Scotland or Ireland and get to call yourself a lord. Like,
well, isn't that how that the My Pillow guy or whatever, the guy who went super alt right,
name a star after yourself type thing?
No,
like,
you know what I'm talking about, the pillow shit. Like, maybe you don't because it's like really Western politics, but there's like some CEO of some company that got super.
I know the My Pillow guy. I know who you're referring to.
But like,
I don't know what My Pillow is.
He was like, you know, doing that type of advertising. You know, I think a lot of the revenue that they got was from working with content creators and you know, making money. People are like, oh, you know, I listen to Bill Burr. Let me go ahead and buy some My Undies and let me buy a My Pillow or whatever they're called. But yeah, I'm not creating. I didn't start this to be like, let's make some content.
No,
you know what I mean? Which is a weird thing to say because it feels as though everybody's like, they're either like, I'm interesting, so I'm going to try to be successful like other people have done, or they're like, I've got something to share. Maybe, I don't know. I'm kind of rambling. We'll get into song shares now. Yeah, let's do that. What do you got, Jay? In the background, I'm listening to this new Sam Gendel, Sam Wilkes joint called The Duber, and I think that Dash Lewis wrote about this for Pitchfork recently as well. I did not read that one yet, but I'm a huge fan of Sam, and this is my first time listening to that. In fact, I might as well make my song share a jam from Sam because I didn't really think too much about it, but here we go.
Yeah, hit it.
Oh, I do have one actually. I've got a song share, but let me just let this rock for a minute. I think I don't know. Jazz is wonderful. The new Shabaka Hutchings album is tremendous. There's an Elucid feature on that, and he's also one of the great black radical jazz artists that's coming out today. But this joint, it's called Saxophone Funeral, and I'll do my real share right now.
What was the that Jansport J joint that was playing at the beginning? That shit was fire.
It's Jansport J in Coast Contra. I forget the name of it at this point, but
is that new or is that old?
Yeah, it's new. It just dropped, and that shit is actually dope. Jansport J, friend of the show. He sat here with us. Yep. For my podcast back in the day, but. See, back like when I was driving in the States, like, you know, people got like really good stereo systems and like, I'm gonna play fucking, you know, Lil Jon, and I'm just like riding around bumping jazz like, ugh. Yeah, but that song is called People's Choice. Here it is. I'll put it on. Shout out to Jansport J, one of the illest. It doesn't want to go on it. Oh, okay. Sorry, this phone is on its last leg. Yeah. It's called People's Choice. I'm not sure if this is from an album or what.
I mean, it's a sport mode, right? Is that the album that's on its way?
Might collect sneakers, wake up dick, leaning to the left like Pisa, pull up, ball and call a half court, no subpoena, no limit, nigga, you could check, it wasn't on the visa, hello world, nice to meet you.
We reviewed a Coast Contra album, yeah?
Yeah, we did. Apartment 501, 505, something like that.
That's right. Man, good memory. I'm too old.
Got it that pants with sanitation on the side, bro. You not my mans. I don't know if you disguise saying everything is blue. If I didn't look up, I might think it's true. If I ain't know you was alive, fuck that. Kiss him goodbye like moi with some McFly. Nasty.
Yeah, I didn't mean to interrupt. What's your for real song shit? What do you want to pull up?
Okay, well, I'm just looking to see. It looks like there might be an album coming on the way because they just released 2 singles. It's a game and this People's Choice one. But I've got, you know, Jansport J. I stay clocked in with his work because he's just super ill. But my actual real regular joint is pretty it's a throwback to an album that was one of my favorite albums of the year when it dropped from one of my favorite MCs at the time, I Self Divine. and DJ Kool Akeem used to be called the Micronauts. And people might recognize Iself Divine from his early work with the Dino Spectrum, which is Soul, Musab, and I mean, not Soul, Slug, Musab, and him. And it was really dope. But yeah, this song, it's called Mother's Day. And
Perfect.
yeah, you know what I mean? Yeah, Mother's Day. And I've said, like, part of the chorus or like one of the refrains on the song is every day is Mother's Day. And I always say that. Yeah, you know, shout out to mothers, man.
Shouts out to mothers.
I called my mom this morning, told her that my daughter was attacking me. It was great. It's weird seeing your parents get old, man. It's very
No
strange.
comment. My parents watch this show.
Yeah, man. It's like my birthday is Mother's Day tomorrow.
I told my parents how hot it's gonna be in Tokyo when they come in August. So I was like, I'm warning you, it's gonna be real hot. It's gonna be real hot. It's gonna be real hot. Don't complain when it's real hot. It's gonna be real hot.
Yeah.
Don't say I didn't warn you guys.
It's
I know
gross.
you're watching this.
Like, the problem is not just the heat, it's also the people. You'll be on the train and somebody's like sweaty ass forearm will rub against yours and you're just like, yuck. Yeah. Nah, but this Micronauts album is such a classic. It's like, what I really enjoyed about it is, like, back in the day when this came out. But let me let it rock for a minute.
Yeah.
Intelligent black, melanin max, so fly. Crenshaw and Florence was my first storage fresh out of solitary wit. Revolutionary content, my father was cool. Gave you my governmental attribute, African jewels, and then the nigga moved out of.
You guys can hear kind of like some of the content, right? Like revolutionary content, proud black melanin man. Like, back when this came out, I was still God body. I was very much in my God body mode. And what I really liked about this, in contrast to some of the other God body heroes that I had, like your, I don't know, Brand Nubian and Wu-Tang, is that this album does not share the same kind of antisocial tropes that a lot of those things did. Even the revolutionary aspects that you used to get from, like, Immortal Technique, he was like, yeah, saying some shit, but he's also going to toss an F slur at you all the time and shit like that, right?
Well.
Whereas, like, this isn't some Will Smith everlasting page-long candy coat bullshit. He's still bombing and being hard and dope, but he doesn't have the nasty tropes of misogyny or the nasty tropes of, like, some of our reactionary politics that arise within the kind of black American
Homophobia,
yeah,
upward mobility type shit.
Yeah, and also, you know, being that he is a radical, it was just like, yeah, dope. On this album, there's a lot of different concept tracks. This one is called Mother's Day, which is just like giving shine to single black mothers, giving shine to all black mothers, giving shine to mothers in general. And for me, this is some of the music that shaped my kind of political ideology alongside hip hop, because it showed me that there are just, you know, everybody back then when this came out, it was like the hot boys were like the hottest shit. And I'm sitting in the underground with the people and like, yo, this is dope. And of course, at the time, I still love Ghostface and all those cats. But if you listen to Ghostface, you know, if you like, the last straw for me is I saw Ghostface on one of these dating shows or whatever, and just really deplorable just attitude towards women and people in general that I just found, I love Ghost for, you know, he is who he is and I don't need him to change. But for me as a role model or me as a person that was trying to become a better person, it was guys like Iself that really showed me the way, in you know, varying degrees. But
like many niggas in the struggling. Could've used advice, getting nice with my women friend. My mother was real, a raw warrior, making ends meet, kicks on her feet, hot food to eat. When I got incarcerated, she swear she never come again. Got incarcerated again, she's on the bus again, having doubts.
You know what I mean? But like this one is like pretty like. But if you like, so, he be bombing like the way this comes in. Hold on, this shit used to be so ill. Hold on, this might not be the part, but where he coming with the verse was crazy. The Cold Crush. Oh, here we go. He was so ill. Alpha Flight.
Alpha flight like Guardian 40 caliber catalyst. My catalog Bible material. Internal atlas to your career.
Stacking, bro.
Remaining in AK to the chakra trying to snake mine. I open my channels and fields. Getting
bro, like so many bars, like chakras, comedic principles. Like he was just so fucking dope, and it's like stacking bars. You know what I mean? Like stacking ideas. He was dope. But yeah, that's my jam. Shout out to the Micronauts Obelisk Movement. It's a fucking incredible album. I love that shit. Let me see. I got you tuned up too, right?
Yeah,
we're getting a little bit Japanese with it, yeah.
Yeah. So Tokyo MC Shigemaru, formerly or still currently, but a member of three-piece rap group MGF, along with KSK and Japashi. He just put out a solo album called Us. And there's some dope features on here. You've got Hikaru Tanaka, who is also very closely affiliated with Aaron Chulai, Hold Resample Quartet.
The people.
Kuro from Tam Tam is on there. Tam Tam, real cool alternative type band. Yeah, some fucking ill music on here, and you know, it's kind of what you'd expect, some like off-kilter, jazzy, like real cool J-raps.
Yeah. The Japanese like jazz hip hop scene is really doing some extraordinary things. Of course, there's a lot of other cats like we got, you know, the Roots, and you've got like Avondale Bowling Club who lean more towards a traditional sound, like hip hop beats made with the jazz sensibility. Yeah. But these guys are like that, but more towards the experimental jazzy type of stuff, like just a little bit off kilter, a little bit odd, a little bit unsettling almost. Like Aaron is so phenomenal at that. Like the way Aaron plays piano, it's like I told him it's really kind of like whimsical but also menacing, like children like children throwing rocks in your direction but not at you. It's like they're playing but like, hey, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, don't
could lose an eye real soon. Like, yeah. I mean, yeah, you know, you look at like Aaron's 16-bit Nocturnes, which just got released on streaming, by the way. That was something that was like exclusive to his Bandcamp for a long time, but check that out. Like that record was like live instrumentation through an SP404. So he's like flipping samples and things he's recorded himself and things that his people have recorded through the lens of this SP404. You mentioned in passing once that one of the beats on this record was intended for Secret House originally.
Oh yeah, actually 3 of them. He gave me 3 of these. He gave me 3 beats that we could have used for like the intro, but I didn't use them. So
I'm assuming Art for Art's Sake was one of them.
Let me see. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, that was one of them. And
you said it was very Dilla. I was like, there's a very Dilla beat here. So.
Yeah.
But yeah, check out Aaron Chulai. He's insane. Like, just a brilliant musician, currently leading the Australian Art Orchestra.
Yeah, which is like and he's doing so ill too. He's an indigenous, like a First Nations Papua New Guinea human being, like part of that. So he's like Australian, Chinese, and Papua New Guinean.
PNG,
yeah. I'm not sure the correct kind of collective noun for it. Yeah, but so he's also like albino too, and just kind of like a very unique individual. But he wrote a like an orchestra, a symphony, yes. or I don't know what it would be called. I'm lacking the term, but about the Papua New Guinean creation story, and then he had a Papua New Guinean choir come and help perform it. The guy is on some other levels, man. He's on some other levels. Definitely on some other levels. But yeah, I highly recommend him. There's so much Japanese shit out here that is just like super dope that I don't really tap into it all the time like I probably should, because I'm just busy
too much
with
music
Secret
in
House.
The world. Too much music out
busy
there.
with Secret House a lot of times. But and also, this is one of them too. Yeah, this is also one of the
one
beats.
with Freets on it.
Yeah. Shout out to Mansour Freets. Where's Freets? I got him on everybody be on the table.
Yeah,
but yeah, anyways, man, there he is.
Hey.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. We don't really have. If you guys like this, say you like it. I noticed that these get views, so I appreciate that. All the people that we like and support are what's in heart and mind all the time. I think I'm gonna stop leaning towards having to edit those type of things in and just shouting it out. Like, check the thing at the bottom here. Those are people that we rock with. The patrons are at the screen right now, perhaps.
Yes,
Do we have
yes.
anything else to talk about?
No, we're chilling. Well, let's get into these reviews.
Should we go right into it? Keep
Uh,
recording? Nah.
Nah, we'll do a little cut.
Because if it fucks up, then it's
If it fucks up and it's fucked up. Why would you niggas do this to me?